Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you are new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex and I am constantly posting beauty related videos, so if you'd like to come and join my little family on the internet, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and also make sure you put that notification bell on so you're notified of every single time that I upload. Now for today's video, I am going to be doing a review on the e.l.f. Retro Paradise collection. So I actually only have two products from the collection. Have the main item, which is the eyeshadow palette, and then I have one of the highlighters as well. They do also have other products, and I'm just looking on the website. They have body oils, they have a brush, they have primer glow oils, they have the liquid glitter shadows, and they also have glosses. I didn't pick up any of that up because I believe the liquid glitter shadows are the same shade as what they already do. They've just repackaged it into their Retro Paradise packaging. I'm not into primer oils, I don't need a brush, I'm not into body oils. I could have picked one of the glosses up, but to be honest, I've got loads of glosses, I don't need any more for someone who doesn't wear gloss a lot. So this is the Retro Paradise eyeshadow palette. This actually retails for £14, which is more expensive than I thought it was actually. And this is what the palette looks like. So as you can see, it kind of has like 9 pans here that are more like everyday, like neutral warm tones, and then it has these 9 pans here which are offering you a little bit more pop of colour, which I do like. I actually love it when brands set out palettes like this, because in your head you're like, okay, well if I need a neutral look I'll just go to this side of the palette, but if I want a pop of colour to this side, because I feel like sometimes when the pans are all mixed together it can be quite overwhelming, but when they're organised like this it's a little bit easier to use. So yeah, this is what the e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette looks like. And then, as I said, I did pick up a highlighter. This is actually £9 for a highlighter, which is quite expensive, I think, for just like one pan of highlight, especially from the drugstore. But this is a multi-dimensional face and body highlighter, so you can use it on your face or you can put it all over your body for a nice glow. This has 2 shades. I have the shade Luna, and they also do the colour Soul, which I think would be a little bit too dark for me, so obviously I opted for the more paler one. But I'm looking at very matte at the moment, so I'm going to go ahead and apply the highlighter first. I'm very excited to see if this is going to be any good, but I'm going to just take it on my brush. There's like literally no fallout when I'm doing that. Just going to load it up because I just don't know how pigmented this is. It looks like there's like no pigment on my brush, but let's see how this applies. Oh, right. Okay. This is a glittery highlighter. I'm not sure if I like the colour. I feel like it might be a bit too yellow for my skin tone. It is like a proper true yellow gold, and I feel like I'm too pale for that. You'll have to let me know what you think down below in the comments, but yeah, if you don't like glittery highlights you're not going to like this. I'm probably going to declutter this because I just won't use it. Glittery highlights are not my thing, and to be honest, if I knew it was going to be glittery I wouldn't have bought it. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the product, it's just me personally, I don't like glittery highlighters. So yeah, this is a no from me, but again, it's just down to personal preference. Nothing wrong with the highlighter. Sorry e.l.f. if you're watching, because you're definitely not, but I just want to repeat myself, it's not the highlighter's fault, it's just my personal preference. I just don't, I think it's because I've got textured skin. I just find that glitter on my skin is not the most like flattering. So yeah, we're going to move on now. We're going to now use the eyeshadow palette. It is just called the Retro Paradise. It has 18 shadows in it. And I'm just seeing if it has any pressed pigments in it, but I don't think it tells you on the actual palette. This is actually cruelty free and vegan as well. And as I said, it retails for £14. So it is, you know, quite on the more expensive side for a drugstore eyeshadow palette. But we can now test the quality to see if it's any good. I'm going to go ahead and swatch the whole palette for you before we move on to the actual eye look, but we need to see what the pigmentation's like and what the colours look like on the skin as well. So these are the first 2 rows, and as you can see they are very pigmented. I am obsessed. with this shade here, because it kind of is red but has green reflex in it. It's so stunning. These other shimmers are equally as beautiful, and the mattes are really pigmented, so I'm impressed with the pigmentation. The shadows, however, when you swatch them, are quite crumbly, but you do get this payoff, so I think it, you know, makes up for it. And this is the bottom row. Again, this shimmer is absolutely beautiful. It's purple but has blue reflex. I have noticed this is probably like the third duochrome in here, which I'm absolutely living for. Again, the mattes are completely so, you know what I mean? They are incredibly pigmented. These are all one swipe. I haven't built these up whatsoever, and they are just incredible. Okay, first step, we're obviously going to prime our eyelids. I'm going to take the P. Louise base. Again, I have mine in the shade Rumour 01. Just going to put a little bit on my lids. I have no idea what look I'm going to do today, seriously, like I'm actually struggling. I don't know whether to just do like a normal neutral look, but is that too boring? I feel like I did a neutral look in my I Heart Revolution thing. I feel like there's just so many options with this, like not necessarily like matte shades, but I mean like there's so many looks you can do. Like you could do a warm tone look, you can do a cool tone look, you can do a little bit of colour, a sunset eye. Like I feel like there is a lot of option here, but I generally don't know what to do. I've just asked my Patreons because I'm really struggling, and one of my patrons, Jodie, has suggested like a smoky brown eye. Do you think I should do that? Should I do more of a smoky look? I don't really do smoky looks anymore. I say anymore like I've ever done them before, but I mean I don't really do smoky looks really, so maybe I should just do that, and then I can use like one of the most gorgeous shimmers to go kind of like in the middle or like all over my lid. Should we do that? Okay, let's just do that. Thanks Jodie if you are watching. Okay, so I want to do the reverse blend technique, so I'm going to pack the like black all over my lid. So I'm going to take the shade Nightlife. This isn't a very summery look, I know, but I'm going to do something different. So I'm going to start by packing this all over the lid. I'm going to take the shade Coconut up here, and again it's just like a cool tone brown. There's a little bit of kickback with that shade. I'm going to tap a lot of it off because I just need it to blend at the top of where the black is, and then we can blend this shade out. I've gone for a more like rounded shape as well, which I don't normally do. I usually will wing it out a little bit. Now I'm going to take the shade Sandy Bum, which is this brown up here. That is very kickbacky. And again, I'm just gonna tap off a lot of it, and I'm going to blend out the top edges. Again, just keeping the rounded shape. These shades blend so well into each other. And I'm just going back in with that brush. I had the coconut shade on, and just starting to blend that in to the top shade, just so there's no like harsh lines and there's like a beautiful gradient. Can anyone else with hooded eyes relate, right? So whenever I put a dark shade on my lid, I don't know if it's because my lids can be oily, but I don't know, it just goes really patchy, or I think it might be because I have creases in on my eyelids. It just goes really patchy and I don't know why. Okay, now we've got all of the mattes on the lid. I now want to take one of these beautiful shimmers, and I think I'm going to take this blue here. It's called Sip Sip, and look how stunning that is. So I just feel like I need to just put that all on my lid. Do you know what I mean? We're going to have a more cool toned bluey vibe today, and I'm living for it. I'm just going to take it on this ABH brush that comes in the eyeshadow palettes, I'm not going to wet it because I don't know if this is going to be good or not. Okay, this is what it looks like. Obviously on a black base it's not going to be super blue because obviously the black will wash most of the blue out, but when it hits the light you can see the like blue reflex. I'm not going to put any more on than that because I have just like put it all over my lid, but I'm kind of like living for it, to be honest. Just feel like this is very different for me, and I like to do different looks every once in a while because obviously you're going to get bored if I do the same look every single time I test an eyeshadow palette out. So because I've got a blue shimmer on my lid, I'm going to put the blue on my lower lash line. So I'm taking the shade Royal. It's a nice like navy blue. And now for my inner corner and brow bone, I'm going to take the shade Sea Salt, which is salt. People are going to take the mickey out of me for saying salt like that, but I just say it like that. My mum's like, salt. It's salt and pepper. Not salt and pepper, it's salt and pepper. I'm like, it's salt. Oh dear. Okay guys, this is my finished look using the e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette. I'm going to hop off camera, I'm going to put my lashes on and some mascara, and then I'll be right back with my final thoughts. Okay guys, and this is the completed look. Off of camera I also put on another one of those Barry M eyeliners. This is the blue one in the shade Caution. I'm going to repeat myself, guys, if you have not picked these up yet, you need to. Like, they are so creamy, so pigmented, like minimal effort, and they are so affordable, and I'm so impressed with these. I think I've used every single one of these now apart from the red one, and I've loved like every single one of them. So I put this one on my waterline, and then my lashes are Peachy Pie by Unicorn Cosmetics, and my mascara is the I Heart Revolution Chocolate Dipped mascara. This is really good for bottom lashes. And my lips, if you're wondering, are Jouer, if that's how you pronounce it, don't know, Terra liquid lipstick. It's just a really nice nude lipstick. So yeah, this is my completed look. I really hope you like it. Please let me know down below what you think of the look I've created as well, just because it's not a typical look that I would usually do. And guys, I had a really good experience with the e.l.f. palette today. What I will say is the shimmers in this palette are not like normal shimmers. They are like more on the like glittery side. So if that's what you like, then you'll really like this palette, or if you don't mind glittery eyeshadows, then you're gonna like this. The mattes in here are really pigmented, really easy to blend. All the shades like blend in so well with each other, and I feel like I use like minimal effort blending them in together. So yes, this is more on the expensive side, but you do pay for what you get with this. Like £14 for a drugstore palette in my eyes is, yeah, more expensive, but I feel like that is worth it because the mattes in here are absolutely incredible. I can't wait to do like more of like a warm tone look with it. I can't wait to do like a more colourful look with one of the beautiful shimmers in here, like the duochrome, like this purple or this purple, did I point to that? Yeah, this purple, or this kind of shade up here, which is just absolutely incredible. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to recommend it. I think this is absolutely beautiful. I love the colour story. I love how they've laid out the shadows. It is right up my street. I love a section of like neutral tones and then a section of colourful tones. I do feel like some of the mattes don't entirely go together. Like there is just like a pop of purple. Like where would you use that purple shade in this palette? Do you know what I mean? So I feel like there is a couple of random mattes in here, unless I was to do just like a two-toned like colourful look. I'm not really sure, but I don't know, I feel like the blue goes really well with the cool tone browns, and the red goes really well with the neutrals. The green's a little bit on its own as well, so I feel like, yeah, there's a couple of shades in here that probably are a bit of the odd ones out, but for the most part I really enjoyed using this palette. You guys know the highlighter wasn't my favourite, but the eyeshadow palette I really enjoyed using, and I'm going to continue to use it in the future. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. Let me know down below if you enjoyed the look I created today, and also have you got this palette, and let me know your thoughts and opinions on it as well. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.